Hello, and thank you for listening to Inspiring Hope. I'm your host, Lois Herman, and I'm here to inspire you with positive messages and help you navigate the stress of your world at this time of great disruption. When we focus our thoughts and energies on what is good in our lives, we create positive shifts that cause us to be more productive and peaceful. As we lift our energy, we empower everyone around us. If we each do what we can to make small shifts in awareness, from healthy habits to kindness to simple happiness, we create ripples of hope. Join us as catalysts for positive change for our families, our communities, and our world at large. I hope you are inspired by today's show. And I'd like you to welcome spring. What a wonderful time of year when the new buds are on the trees and the flowers are just popping out of that melted snow we've had. Living in New England, I truly cherish the seasons here. I've lived in many wonderful places in my life, yet this is now home for me. We have specific seasons here and can appreciate the rich changes that happen with each transition. After 5 long months of snow-covered lawn, it's a delight to watch the sunlight last longer and the life return to the awakening landscape. And this is how we're going to feel once we come out of hiding from this enforced staycation we're all going through. Life is what you make of it. Many are watching the news where some continue their rants and wonder why they feel such anxiety. Others are watching the good news channels where we see all of the helpful people sharing and caring for one another. I have to say I'm honored to note so many of my professional peers who share their gift of calming meditations with the public. Restaurants are sharing food with children who need it. Others are making masks and helping neighbors. I love to see the bright side of humanity, don't you? Well, there is more good in this world than negative. Unfortunately, the negative and the negative press gets the most exposure. So just stop listening to them. Take small doses of the news and find people who uplift you and inspire you. They're all around if you only shift your awareness. So take a moment and pause with me right now, just for this moment. Take a deep breath and exhale. Unless you're driving, put down what you're doing at this minute and take a gentle breath deep into your belly. Hold it for a few seconds. And as you exhale, relax. Do it again. Inhale peace deep into your belly. And exhale relaxation. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, and your face, those little tiny muscles around your eyes. Take a moment anytime you start to feel stressed to just breathe. Take a breath and relax. And notice the muscle in your body that is the most tensed right now and breathe into it and pay attention. Ask your body what it needs for you to do. And if you quietly listen, it will tell you. Do you need to let go of fear and worry? What you focus your attention on is important right now. If you listen, your mind will tell you what you need to do. Now, it's not going to come in the form of a voice in your head. It's going to come in the form of an intuition, a thought, a feeling. So take a moment to tap into your inner wisdom while you invite your imagination to take you to your favorite place in nature. It could be the beach with a blue sky overhead and the sun gently sparkling on the waves as they roll into the sea, from the sea into the surf. It could be the mountains with amazing vistas of green and fresh smells. Or it could be your summer garden filled with glorious flowers in bloom. Just notice how simple it is for you to calm your mind and relax your body. Thank you for taking this moment of gentle escape with me. You're listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590. I'm here every Sunday morning and Wednesday evening, and you can find all of these Inspiring Hope shows on my YouTube channel. You can find it at loisherman.com. Click on the button, and when you get there, please subscribe and click on the little bell so that you'll be notified of all of these shows and everything that I add to the YouTube channel. So realize when we focus our thoughts and energies on what we love to do, we engage in a creative shift that causes us to be more positive, peaceful, and productive. As we lift our spirits, we lift the energy around us, resulting in shifts for everyone. If we each do what we can to make even those small shifts in awareness, we create ripples of hope. I recently had the honor of learning how to make this possible, how each of us can contribute to inspiring hope. The Dalai Lama once said, "If we think we're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito." Each of us can make a difference, and we should make a difference. Do your thing. Do what gives you joy. Do what you can't not do. Changing the negative course of our troubled world will take an unprecedented effort. Don't you agree? Something needs to change, and change is really difficult for humans. We usually only drive change when our pain is deep, untenable, and unbearable. So is humanity reaching this point of pain, or are we already there? Humans are experiencing fading hope. Many have lost it altogether, and others have simply stopped trying. Before hope falls into an irretrievable space, we need to look forward with focused intention and confidence. Use our creativity to stimulate positive thought and feel that what we create matters. I was even thinking this morning about recording the show and thinking, what does it matter? I'm just a simple person who wants to share hope with other people. And when I start to get those doubtful feelings, I get what I call God winks. So I was notified that an article that I submitted to Spirit of Change is now the headliner. And that was sort of a little spiritly surprise that let me know that, yes, keep doing what you're doing, because it is making a difference for somebody. Even if it's making a difference for one person, that fills my heart. Because so many people need a little bit of God wink in their day. So over the past couple of years, I found myself in the middle of a series of conversations that were channeled through a hypnosis client who was looking for help with sleep. During several sessions, the ancient ones who called themselves the Unquietus spoke directly to me, saying they were wise spiritual beings present since the beginning of time. And they want us to help shift the state of our world back to the positive before it's too late. These ancient ones shared their knowledge and advice on the topics of vibrational energy, clearing negative energy around us, of spirituality, of history, of humanity, and hope for the future. The ultimate goal of helping civilization and humanity to change its course for the better. Their intention is to transform the darkness pervading our society by releasing the existing hate, anger, fear, greed, and despair. They bring guidance for how to live our lives, staying positive and hopeful. They stated, if you want to put the world in a positive, healing place, remember this. The act of wanting something generates feelings of want, which is negative, adding to the problem. Believe positively that things are better or are on the road to improvement. This thinking creates positive energy. There is a difference between wanting, believing, and knowing. Knowing is the best, the strongest. Knowing how the world should be generates the strongest positive force. Do uplifting activities and simple things that create joy in your life, and think positive, grateful, and hopeful thoughts while doing them. There are many people doing wonderful things for our planet, and we are told, do what you do because it's the right thing to do, not because what you will get for it. It only takes one spark to make a change, and together we can be catalysts for positive change with this roadmap they gave us, the roadmap to hope. 1. Honor our earth. Connect with nature. Mother Gaia is the energy, the spirit of earth. We must honor and respect the planet that gives us life, that gives us so much. 2. Care for our body. Choose health. This body is a gift that was given to us. And when we neglect our health, we're ignoring this precious gift of life. As we choose healthy thoughts, foods, and things we do, we generate positive energy in and around us. 3. Create with joy. Do uplifting things, things that inspire you. We are all co-creators in this life. And as we do things we're called to do, we share what we are called. We share our gift with others. There are no two people alike. Find what gives you joy. Create and share it. 4. Raise your vibrational energy. We are all vibrational beings. Smile and laugh. Those are positive energies that keep us going, even through the most difficult times. If you find something to smile at, smile about, or laugh at, it raises your energy, and you can cope, you can sustain so much longer. 5. Know that there is plenty. When we share what we can, not necessarily all of our resources, but when we share our gifts, our thoughts, our energies with one another, we create a sense of gratitude, a sense of peace, a sense of abundance as we feel the gift of sharing, the gift of helping one another. No, there is no scarcity. When we share what we have, we uplift each other. 6. Respect each other. Make personal connections. We are all one being, one united humanity. When we send negative energy to another, we're sending it back at ourselves. We're feeling it. It pulls our energy down. When we send positive thoughts, positive prayers, positive energy to another, it inspires us. It helps us to raise our consciousness. 7. Ask for assistance. Reach for the light. Ask our wise guides, our wonderful helping spirits. We are not alone on this planet. Many of us know that. And as we have that knowing, and as we know to ask, and as we believe they are here, we know that we can receive their help, their assistance in everything and anything we do. 8. Live with gratitude. Appreciate what is all around us. Find something every day to appreciate, whether it's the bed that you're sleeping on, the pillow that's your favorite thing to use, your sheets. It could be the sunlight filtering through the trees, filtering through your window on these nice spring mornings. It could be a bird singing outside your window. Think of things that you're grateful for. The attitude of gratitude helps to shift your energy. Together we can inspire the necessary hope for humanity to shift this world to a more positive direction and make our earth a better place to live. You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590. I'm a board-certified hypnotist, a certified instructor, an NLP trainer, that's Neuro-Linguistic Programming, an energy clearing and alignment master, a Reiki master teacher, and a multi-registered medical professional. You can learn more at my website, loisherman.com. I'm also a spiritual seeker and peacemaker. I am delighted and dedicated to helping others shift their fears, their habits, and negative energy to a more positive and productive way of living. You can schedule a session easily on the contact page of my website, loisherman.com. I'm actually offering sliding scale sessions right now for those who are financially challenged. And during this time of incredible stress, I am freely sharing numerous calming videos and inspiring hope shows on my new YouTube channel. You can get there through the website, and while you're there, read some of my dozens of Insights blogs. My passion is dedicated to help you through this challenging time. I'm also passionate about sharing the messages that were given to me, and I'm in the process of completing Book 2 in the Chronicles of Hope series. For now, I'd like to continue this path of sharing the insights from Book 1, The Unquietus. Book 1's been published, and if you really want to hear the best version, please check out the audiobook. Andrew did a fabulous job at capturing the true essence of these wise ones. However, since my mission is to share them with you in whatever way I can, I will continue to read today. So there's a website, chroniclesofhope.net, a Facebook page, Chronicles of Hope, the messages. I've created videos, blogs, presentations, and so much more. In keeping with my promise, I'm making these messages available to everyone who's interested. Following through on my commitment, I'm sharing them with you on this radio show. In the past few weeks, I've read the preface and introduction, and they're published to my Lois Herman YouTube channel. Today, I'm reading the first session in Book 1, The Unquietus. Since there's so much strife in the world today, these messages are incredibly timely, and I am compelled to share them with you. You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590. Session 1. Why am I here? You can't have the positive without the negative. There should be a balance. Earth is not in balance right now. There is too much negative. The collective. Our intention. Gary had already come to me for a few preliminary sessions that included intake and some light trance work. On this day, in the discussion before this hypnosis session, Gary shared that at times he really didn't want to be here. He said he had an overwhelming feeling of sadness, of being useless and helpless. He wanted to understand where those feelings came from. In this session, I used a standard hypnotic induction to allow Gary to travel to the origin of this feeling of helplessness, to a place where he would be able to observe, understand, and shift the feelings associated with the cause of what he wanted to change. After preliminary sessions, I typically use a hypnosis-based clearing exercise to shift any negative energies that may be in and around my clients. In my experience, many people who find themselves burdened with lethargy, brain fog, poor sleep, or have an emotionally draining thoughts have negative energies in their auric energy field. The aura is the spiritual energy that exists in and around the physical body. People use a variety of techniques to clear negative energies from around themselves and others. Some use Reiki, massage, crystals, or chanting, drumming, or praying. I routinely use hypnosis-based techniques to clear energies with a basic understanding of where the energies come from. However, in this session, instead of just sending the energies away, I found myself communicating directly with these energies, discovering more about them, where they were from, and how they affect humans. These emotional energy feeders were simply like energy scavengers that feed on the negative emotions around people. They were simple energies that were easily sent away. They felt they were helping to transform negative emotions so people could choose to redirect their energy to be more positive. Their job is to restore balance, to bring hope. To begin, Gary spontaneously found himself in another time and place. He seemed to be what is known to the metaphysically minded as the life between lives, at a time before he was to be born into this life. Conversation. I guide Gary into a hypnotic trance state and ask him to go to the origin of his feelings of deep sadness. Lois, what are you seeing, sensing, or observing? Gary's spirit. I am outside with 2 others. I am tall, with light skin and white hair. I have deep blue eyes, with long, slender fingers. I am thin, with a white gown and overcoat that has many colors. My features look the same. I am talking, yet can't make out the words. I feel a sense of duty, of pride. I am honored to take on the role that I have been asked to take. If human, I would feel fear and other emotions. But our emotions are different. We do not feel with our hearts, we feel with our minds, and with the experience of Source. We do not have a full range of human emotion. However, we do feel pride as we return to the place that needs our help. We help people who are evolving. We stay quietly in the background with no expectation of thanks. We are appreciated by our peers when we return. Gary seems to be in a place where he is in between physical life, a place of peace often described as life between lives. Here, with his companions, I notice that Gary speaks as we, yet as the one who is to inhabit his body on earth, he speaks as I. He uses the words I and we interchangeably. This seems curious to me, so I consider that I'm actually speaking to the spirit of Gary and not the human being named Gary who is sitting in the chair in front of me. To make the difference clear in this text, we refer to Gary when talking about the human, and Gary's spirit when talking about his immortal spirit. Gary's spirit. Being in the human world is primarily challenging. We've been here before. We go to develop and are always learning. It has been over 100 years since I have been to Earth. Time is different for us. We speak in Earth years as reference. They are reminding me of how difficult it is. There are never many of us on the green world at one time. It is very rare. There are 3 of us on Earth at this time. We won't recognize each other if we do see another. We feel compelled to help others when necessary. Physical human beings have limitations. We go with a sense of needing to do something without a specific memory. We know what to do only in vision. We can't call attention to ourselves. We must be more subtle and cannot force. Humans have so much emotion. This is not a bad thing. You can't have the positive without the negative. You can't appreciate love without hate. There should be a balance. We are here to help maintain balance on Earth. It is not in balance right now. There is too much negative. We have to protect the Earth from outside influence. There are more outside influencers than us. Things get through that limit you. There are more negative energies than positive in number. In fact, We cannot do anything. We cannot force the negative to leave. Humans accept that so normally. We are not on a mission to force others. This is a very difficult trip or journey for us. We must have a sense of pride and success. We can also sense the futility of failure. Sometimes we fail. There is a sense we will fail. Humans can fail. They do not know. We do not know how they will succeed. We are standing on the edge of a vortex, looking down on earth. They lead me into the body that I will inhabit on earth. I can go any time. I hesitate. My friends encourage and remind me that I will succeed or fail. Both have done both. There is a sense of knowing, yet we have no access to the future. We see possibilities and probabilities. We cannot know. I am ready. My friends put their hands on my back and give me the gentlest push. I step down into the tunnel and glide to earth into the body I will inhabit. My memory fades. I am aware only of existing in the now. Everything else fades. I bring the gift of intelligence, not knowledge, and the ability to see things in the way others don't. I feel deeply, yet cannot and do not feel as humans. When we take human form, we revel in the ability to feel. We hurt more. It hurts so much. Gary cries out in terrible pain. It hurts so bad. We are here to help, yet we can't help ourselves. He is now sobbing and shaking with pain. I say, "Can I help you?" Gary's spirit says, "Yes, please." Since Gary is so emotional, I calm him with words of encouragement, while instinctively sending healing energy and asking my wise guides to assist. I trust this work is done through me, and they always assist when asked. The guides I most often work with are Archangel Michael, the most powerful protective angel, and Jesus, the great healer and teacher. Meanwhile, I'm wondering exactly what is going on here. While still in trance, Gary visibly calms down, and we continue with the session. I use specific techniques to help him clear his aura, the energy field around his body. Sometimes it is beneficial for the client to dialogue with whatever they remove from their energy field. It may be a part of them that needs to be given a voice, or it may be a spirit who is attached to the person. In either event, extensive experience has prepared me to assist with whatever is encountered. Because I never know what to expect, I ask simple questions. With Gary, it was immediately obvious this dialogue was different than my usual client interactions. I would soon know just how different. What follows is the conversation that ensued with the energies that were around Gary. Usually these energies are the lost spirits of people who need help, or are the mindless dark energies needing to be removed from around the client. These energies were decidedly not speaking in Gary's voice. They seemed to be speaking in the third person with a much more high-pitched, anxious, and frenetic voice. After listening to them, I decided to call them emotional energy feeders. Later, Gary called them Eefs. Lois: "Who is there?" Eefs: "We are who we are. Let us go. Let us go." Lois: "Who are you? What is your name?" Eefs: "We have no name. We are hope. We have no intention. We are hungry. We feed on pain. We seek it out. We have no intention. When we feed, we simply feed." Lois: "Where are you from?" Eves, we're from the earth, and we've always been here. We came from the Creator with the spirit of earth. When all spirits were born to this world, we were created. We are as others who survive in the light. Fear satiates us. It tastes good. Fear causes sickness to humans. Those who are healthier drink in the light. Lois, can you feed elsewhere and let this human be? You are draining his energy, and he needs to have good energy. Eves, we understand the reference, yet it is hard to apply. We will try. We will feed elsewhere. Lois, can you neutralize and eliminate fear? Eves, it is complicated. We do not produce fear. We do not cause fear. We do not intend to influence the forces on which we feed. We have been feeding on humans and all creatures since we were first on earth. Fear is the oldest and first feeling. Fear is the easiest for us to feed on. We have experienced this for so long. Lois, we understand that. Are you able to consume fear and bring balance? Eves, we do not believe it works that way. Fear, like any energy, is not created or destroyed. It can be transformed. It becomes undifferentiated energy. All of our kind would feed on human emotion. We operate the same way. Humans consume undifferentiated energy and convert it back into fear. We have no control over that. Fear was created with all forms of energy. It was intended to create a balance. Fear is necessary to protect humans from doing something foolish. It is instinct. As humans developed intelligence, they forfeited many instincts. Fear is not one of them. Lois, can you help to create balance? Eves, we are limited by our nature. We are the source of undifferentiated energies. We are transforming the fear and making what we sense to be neutral. So they sense the fear, feed on fear, transform the fear to create neutral energy. Humans themselves take the neutral to create the negative. There's an imbalance of negative humans to positive humans. More negative energies are created than we can consume. It was interesting to learn about these emotional energy feeders and how they affect our energy. Then, the conversation takes another turn. Suddenly, Gary's voice noticeably changes to a completely different tone. A much more commanding, deliberate, and benevolent voice comes through. They call themselves the Collective. Lois, who can help us? The Collective. Angels can help. We are the Collective. We have no name. I am who you know as Gary in this form. He does not know who he is. These emotional energy feeders feed on fear and convert it to undifferentiated energy. All living things need to eat. They are now filled with undifferentiated energy, our primary feeling in between. When consciousness regains, they bring that neutral energy back up to corporeal beings, living humans. To change it, it is up to the humans to decide what form of energy they want to create. These emotional energy feeders simply are. They uncover negative energy and return a different energy. They recycle the energy to allow humans to feel new energy with the thoughts they think. Humans, all beings, can be suggestible. There are few on earth who dictate to many. There are many weak followers. To the very young souls, time is a difficult thing to understand. Souls in their first incarnation are easily swayed by things they hear. They draw on base feelings of fear, hate, anger, and despair, with no prior experience. Older souls seek more enlightenment. Having experienced enough base feelings, they don't need them anymore. There are few souls like you, Lois. You are vibrating in the next level. We would appreciate your help. Many humans that Gary interacts with are base. They are very young. I noticed that the spirits of the collective were speaking directly to me, which is completely unusual. Next, we hear Gary's spirit responding to both the collective and to me. Gary's spirit: it is my choice to be around those who need guidance and support. I am grateful for those few who recognize me. I am grateful to have met you, and a few others like you. I am reminded and strengthened to prevent the dark forces from taking hold again. Since it seems from his comments that Gary is now back with me, I bring the session to a close by inviting him to see a glimpse into his future. Lois, thank you. Now take yourself to a wonderful future moment. What do you see, sense, or feel in your future? Gary continues to speak as both I and the collective we. At this time, I wasn't quite sure why he switched from one to the other. Gary's spirit: future possibilities are good and bad. We would like to pick good. However, it is not up to us to choose our destiny. We can choose a path. We can choose an easier path. Or we can choose a more difficult path. We gain strength from knowing that we will eventually return to immortal form. My journey here is temporary. I have been down many difficult paths in the past that created scars. These scars never heal. They are the badges of honor for having done our duty. When Gary returns to full awareness, he feels much better, calmer. However, he had absolutely no idea what transpired, no memory of the discussion with the emotional energy feeders or the collective, those who shared such fascinating wisdom. The insight the collective shared helped me make sense as to why Gary was feeling so sad. Even though they said he was a high-level being, he carried great fear that he would not succeed in his mission. Therefore, these emotional energy feeders were attracted to his emotion of fear and were draining his energy, making him feel low, sad, and hopeless. Many clients have similar feelings of sadness, stress, or worry that drain their energy, letting them feel stuck or hopeless. We must learn to recognize when these feelings are consuming us and take measures to shift the draining energy. We're often bombarded by adverse energy and influenced by external sources that we are unaware of are affecting us. It is good to regularly clear away the negative and fill with light, especially by asking for assistance with the powerful spiritual aids. We can support positive energy by thinking uplifting thoughts, taking supportive actions, experiencing nature, and surrounding ourselves with inspiring energy in the light of hope. Reflection. What was especially different about this session was that my client's guides usually speak directly to the client, and I am the guide, the scribe, and the observer or protector on their journey. It was unusual to have the high-level spirit speak directly to me, which had happened only once before in dozens of years and hundreds of clients and thousands of sessions. This session introduced the concept of vibrational energy and how it affects all living things. We have been told throughout history that the universe is made of vibrational energy. There is a natural flow of energy that can either drag us down or lift us up, depending on our own vibrational levels. We learned that Gary is one of 3 high-level energy beings who are on Earth at this time. Although he had a sense of needing to do something, Gary didn't really know who he was before the session. He described his life in between and reflected on his decision to come to Earth to help in some way. He felt as if he had a mission and was afraid he might fail. It was this fear that caused the emotional energy feeders, the Eves, to be around him, draining his energy. In discussion with these Eves, we learned they are simple, energetic earth creatures. Think of them as scavengers who feed on emotional energy. They are drawn to the energy of negative emotions and have the potential to actually help the person they feed on by transforming the negative emotional energy to be more neutral. Once transformed, the person has the ability to choose again, to embrace positive thoughts, feelings, and emotions, or they can choose to convert the neutral energy back to the negative. We were introduced to the collective, a group of high-level spirits of which Gary seems to be a part. At this point, we didn't understand exactly who they are. They confirmed the Eves maintain balance by feeding on fear and other negative emotions and transforming those negative emotions into neutral energy. When humans feel fear or other negative emotions, it makes them sick. And these Eves are drawn to those humans to feed on those negative emotions. Eves are not inherently negative. They simply transform the negative energy to a neutral state, much like an algae eater in a fish tank. It is up to the human to transform the neutral energy into something more positive by drinking in the light, or thinking positive thoughts, and doing uplifting things. If the human persists in thinking fear thoughts, the Eves continue to feed, and the human's energy continues to drain. Humans need to consistently shift their feelings to be more positive. Once a person has had some type of energy clearing performed, they describe feeling much lighter. This is because the Eves and the negative energy on which they are feeding have been removed. It is then up to the individual to maintain this positive energy by choosing to think positive thoughts and do things that create joy. People have the potential to maintain that lighter energy, which keeps the Eves away. However, if they persist in focusing on negative, pain-filled thoughts, they generate negative energy that Eves are drawn to feed on, which will again drain their energy. Right now on Earth, there are more people with negative emotions than positive emotions. There is too much fear and negative energy among humans. We are told this is especially true among the younger souls. These are souls who are relatively new to the Earth and are here for the experience and need guidance like a young child. We are told there are fewer older souls who are vibrating at higher levels on Earth right now. The older souls seek more enlightenment, having already worked their way through many of the base feelings, the negative experiences, and dramas of life. Being an old soul, I was asked to help do something to shift the energy of the Earth to the positive, to restore balance. Currently, I work with Archangel Michael to help remove the negative energy from around my clients. Once cleared, I teach them ways to maintain their positive energy. However, doing this on a larger scale is currently beyond my comprehension. Yet, I am open and willing to do what must be done. The most important thing to remember is this: to be ready at any moment to give up what you are for what you might become. W.E.B. Du Bois. Well, there's a highlight session that follows this in the book that basically lists each of the concepts in bulleted form. Each of these concepts we are posting out on Facebook and on the YouTube channel, and we're discussing each of them together in our community gatherings. Actually, we're having a community meeting tomorrow on YouTube on Thursday. I hope you'll join us. You can register at chroniclesofhope.net. You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman at WSMN 1590. So, the Unquietus, who you're going to meet in the next session, and other wise ones of the collective, communicated that a wake-up call was coming, and they gave us insight as to what we could do to shift our world to a more positive and hopeful direction for humanity. Their messages were very clear, and we have detailed them in the Chronicles of Hope book series. I'll continue to share them with you via this radio show and the myriad of other social avenues. And since this is a recorded show, I welcome any suggestions you might have. Please submit your questions to info@loisherman.com, and I'll consider them for next week's show. So just take a minute to consider what you are most passionate about in your life, what it is that gives you joy. What is creativity to you? Is it your health, your wealth, your family, your home, your job, your avocation? What is most important to you in this time of change? What are you choosing for your health, mind, body, and spirit? What you are doing to keep yourself entertained in this time of containment will make a decided difference in your outcome. We are staying in safe places to do our part in prevention of spreading this disease, yet our hearts are holding each other in peace. This is a time of great uncertainty. We must find what brings us joy to keep us going. Think of those who have been through great trauma at the hands of oppressors. As a child, I've been to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam. Anne was a 14-year-old girl who went into hiding in a small space with her family and another family for 2 years during the Nazi regime. These 8 people couldn't move for hours for fear of being caught. Other courageous people hid them, brought them food and shelter at great risk to their own lives. That was oppression. Most of us are sequestered in the comfort of our homes with the freedom to move about. It truly is a small hardship compared to what others have been through in this history of humanity. At this time of Easter and Passover, we'll just have to celebrate differently this year. We will remember this season in many years to come. Whether you are first responders on the front lines, we thank you. If you're telecommuting or taking care of children home from school, or enduring this quarantine, or simply being cautious, take a few ways to consider connecting with friends, family, co-workers, or others in the days and weeks ahead. You can video chat with someone. Seeing your face will bring a big smile. Go ahead and smile. It's a wonderful, contagious thing. Send a complimentary e-card just saying hi. Make a list of 10 people you've been meaning to call, and do it. Reach out. Call a neighbor or distant relative just to see how they're doing. Send a handwritten note to an old friend, especially those who are in nursing homes and can't see family. Now is a time to think of each other, to connect with each other, to care for each other. Let go of the negative and embrace the positive. There are many who are open to care for you and your continued well-being. Please count your blessings and celebrate all that is good in your life at this time of great renewal. Because when this is over, we may never again take for granted a handshake with a stranger, full shelves at the store, conversations with neighbors, a crowded theater, a Friday night out, the taste of communication, a routine checkup, a school rush each morning, coffee with a friend, the stadium roaring, each deep breath, a boring Tuesday, life itself. When this ends, may we find that we have become more like the people we wanted to be, were called to be, we hoped to be. And may we stay that way, better for each other because of the worst. That was written by Laura Kelly Fanucci. You are listening to Inspiring Hope with Lois Herman. I'm here every Wednesday evening, and on Sunday morning I have a guest. Please join me at 9 o'clock on Sunday. My guests inspire me and so many people with their passion for what they love to do. You can find more about all of this on my website, loisherman.com, or the Chronicles site, chroniclesofhope.net. Join us next week when we will shine the light on another episode in Chronicles of Hope, and tied into bringing hope into our world. I truly appreciate kindness. I appreciate people checking up on me. I appreciate a quick message. I appreciate those who ask if I'm okay. I appreciate every single person in my life who has tried to brighten my days. It's the little things that matter the most. Until next time, look up, stay positive, and be the light in someone's day. May this time of spring, of renewal, of Easter, of Passover, be one of joyous celebration of becoming who you intend to be. Quiet your mind. Reach up to amazing guides. Let go of the negative and celebrate all those who you are blessed to have in your circle. I am Lois Herman. This is Inspiring Hope. I'll see you next time. God bless.